So we were active in church. There were only 4 or 5 core families in the church. On my parents' side, everybody were Catholic. Only my mother and father were Baptist. But we had good relationships with our relatives. Religion doesn't come into the picture. But we even though there were only a few of us, we were active in learning about what the teachings of Christ is through the Bible, and this sank in early for most of us.
So may madumduman ka sa tion sa mga convocations diri sa campus kung sino mga pastor, kaga kung ini nga mga pastor ba nakahimo man sang impact sa imo kabuhi bilang estudyante ikaw?
There were a number of pastors that I like to listen. All of them are now gone. But I think it's more on the message rather than the pastor. The pastor is just the messenger. And what I like about them is the sermon has a direct impact on our lives today. Instead of looking at it as a historical view of the Bible, they use the Bible verses, the words of God, and how they reflect on our lives today.
So ang relevance ng pagtuo sa imong pagpangabuhi kag sa susyudad ginambal gid sang sini nga mga pastor. So that's why amo na ang manami nga pamangkot sa aton subong pagtuo diri no sa Central Philippine University. Kung kamusta bala ang aton pagtuo, naga-impact pa man sa aton palibot, o kung doon ang personal na lang pagtuo sa imo sir nga pag-abot diri anong imo nga mga assessment nga nakita?
I think we can always improve on what we've been doing, and I think that's why I asked you, what would you like to do for the university, and you responded that you really would like to continue with the ministry because that's your calling. And I admire your decision to do that. That's why even though there's no formal appointment yet, you took the initiative of doing the work, and I'm happy for that. We can forego on some of these formalities because you're still staff of the university, so it's important that we right away do what we have to do to make sure that the spiritual life in this university will improve. And I'm very hopeful that you have responded to that.
Thank you, good sir. Ato sir yung istorya mo sa aton diri ang kaimtangan sa una sa CPU. Diri pa sa Rose Memorial to sir panimbaon no kung Domingo no?
Yes, it serves as a church and also for convocation until this building out here was built.
So naabtan mong transition sa diri sa Rose and then sa University Church. Buko nami.
But I was gone when this was built.
Okay. So ano sir ang imong sandito ka na sa US kung maka-compare ka bigamay kag anong mga lessons nga matunan naton nga very important sa church life diri sa Philippines kag church life dito sa USA?
I think for Baptists there's some similarities in terms of how we dress up when we go to church. And I was always wondering, if I'm poor, I would be ashamed to sit down with people fully dressed up in church. And maybe that's a barrier for us. I don't know if we can do something with that. And it's the same thing is true with Protestant churches in the US. However, there are non-Protestant churches where it's more casual. So it's difficult to gauge whether one is better than the other. Is it important that we dressed on our coat, Sunday's dress to go to church? Or what is important? Our presence there and how we understand what is being preached and our relationship with everybody. And usually after church, we spend a little time just meeting people because in many cases, this is the only time where they meet during the week. And I think it's important that we reach out to everybody. Maybe some are looking for some people to talk with. I know if you are alone, you go to church hoping to find your friends so that you will have the opportunity to interact with them. So maybe we can study this and see how can we best reach out to those people who are not going to church. They may be what we call the silent majority, or majority of them are Christians, but maybe for one reason or another they seldom go to church. And maybe the students too. And it's difficult when it becomes a large university. Compared to when we were here, there were only about 3,000 to 5,000 students. So maybe that's one factor too, that it is difficult to reach out to our students. We see a big facility and we wish that it will be filled up with students, because here the church primary responsibility is for the students, but there is no reason why we cannot also reach out in the outlying community. Now, with regard to the chaplain's office, for example, I think there's a lot of things that we could do to follow up on our students here who came from rural areas, where they probably have been members of the church there, but maybe over here, maybe for some reasons, they didn't become active. And that's why you're there, right?
Sir, luya ko magpamangkot sa isa ka personal nga question na nakabati kami sa imo testimony sa imo nga pagmasakit. Sa sini nga mga time, siguro gintilawan gid ang imo nga pagtuo. Kamusta ang struggle mo sa imo pagtuo sa sina nga mga tinion?
I think
paano nakabulig ang imo pagtuo sa inyo?
I think it's not only your faith, your prayers, but I think prayers of friends and relatives helps. And I'm surprised every time I go to the Philippines, I only spend 1 or 2 weeks because I was afraid I will get sick. And it often happened. But now, I've been here for 2.5 months, and I'm still didn't experience any unforeseen health problems. And it has been 11 years since I had my colon cancer, and I'm virtually free. All tests done for the past many years were negative, so I'm glad that with the grace of God, I'm here today.
So kanami no nga may ang prayers ng friends kinanglanon aton nga pagtuo magbaskog kay ti grabe magid nga pagtilaw nga nagaabot sa aton. So subong sir, kamusta ang pagtilaw sa imong pagtuo sa imong nga 2 ka bulan nga pag-presidente?
Well, I think it helped when you seek guidance and strength. You don't ask for help to solve the problem, but you ask for strength and endurance so that you can work out with everybody in this university community to look at the challenges that we are facing and come up with a solution that would be great for everybody.
So ang role nga imo ginhambal sir kagina nga dapat tanan kita diri sa campus, ang spirituality naton dapat ikabuhi naton sa tanan nga faculty and staff para agod naton estudyante kaangay sa imo sa una misyonaryo sa una nagtanom gid sila kag nangin may dako nga impact sila kabuhi. Siguro sa pagbalik naton sa pag-istoryanay, dra kita sir maga-focus kung paano ining missionary heritage ng CPU mapadayon naton subong ano yung mga plano sa aton University Church, sa Chaplain's Office, sa College of Theology, Religion and Ethics ng mga subject, and then sa aton relasyon sa mga kasimbahanan sa Convention of Philippine Baptist Churches. So mga utod, stay put kamo sa aton nga programa diri sa Steps of Faith sa aton special edition with the 4th Filipino President of Central Philippine University. Magabalik kita pagkatapos ang pila ka mga kaibalo. Mga utod, balik kita sa atong programa Steps of Faith, special edition with the 4th Filipino President of CPU, Dr. Teodoro Robles. Sir, ang aton nga motto halin sa una tubtub subong, Scientia et Fides, knowledge and faith. Anong imo mahambal na nungod sa interplay sining knowledge kag faith?
I think to me, with regards to the faith side, it is important that we should do a lot so that our students also would develop and learn about the teachings of Christ, not only through their religion and ethics classes, but also by observing the faculty, the academic and administrative officers, how we live our life, how we run the university. It is important.